Warning, the following video contains talk of butts and colons and medical procedures that go along with that kind of stuff. So if you don't want to hear that kind of stuff, stop watching now. I mean, honestly, I don't like usually hearing about those kind of things, and I don't like talking about those kind of things, but that's what's happening to me. I'm giving you a chance to hang up. Hang up, stop watching. I'll count. We'll give it a count of 5. There, anybody who's still watching, you've been warned. Okay, so, as you know by now, I'm in the hospital, and if this is the first video on this subject you've been watching, you've missed the past couple days, or, well, I've talked about it twice, but yesterday I posted the video that I'm in the hospital. And I've got some kind of internal colonic problem. The first day here, there is a funny story in this. I mean, I can laugh about it. It's a good story. I mean, it's a funny story as long as you don't mind the subject matter. So the first day, they did blood tests. They did just blood test. That was the day I was admitted. Today is Wednesday. That was Monday. A blood test, and then they stuck a camera up my ass. You know, it's a colonoscopy, but not the whole way, just the lower end. For the whole way, they got to clean you out totally, but the lower end, they just, squirt you with some water, let you get rid of that, and they stick a camera up your butt. Well, there's also an air tube on that because they have to inflate you, otherwise they can't get the camera in. And I think they overinflated me because I burped twice. I was empty. I didn't have any gas in my stomach. I was not burping. Then they inflated me, and I burped. So, yeah. It's a funny story, kind of. But today, the doctor has decided he wants to send the camera all the way up. So you have to get completely clear, completely empty. And I pretty much am empty, but even still, usually they give you some kind of laxative the night before, but I wasn't feeling good, and I thought, I'm already empty, and I said, do I really need to have that? And they said, nah, you're okay. But today you have to drink this stuff. This, I guess your body doesn't absorb it at all. It just runs right through you and cleans you out. I have got to drink 1 liter of this, a 200 milliliter cup, every 15-20 minutes, and it's time for my second cup. This stuff is, it kind of seems like they tried to give it a fresh, fruity flavor, but really failed miserably. I just had a glass of this. You don't want to sip it because it just prolongs the disgust. Actually, the first time, this will be the second time I'm having the full all the way up. And the first time there was one woman there who she said she couldn't stomach the stuff. She could not drink it, so she had to take all these pills. She had to drink like I have to take 200 cc's of this every 15 to 20 minutes, which is now. She had to take like 10 to 15 pills to clean herself out every 15 to 20 minutes, and a crap ton of water or tea. I'm just trying to delay here, aren't I? It's I know what it is. It's sports drink from hell. Take your Aquarius or Pocari Sweat or even Gatorade, I guess, and then curse it with evil. Or more evil. I think those sports drinks taste pretty evil already, just because they taste so weak, actually. Oh, my jaw just popped. Oh. So, that's what I'm in for today. I've already donated a urine sample, and they drained me of some blood, and the IV's on the other arm now. Oh god, the IV, oh man, the nurse, I think I wrote about this somewhere. Oh yeah, actually I know where I wrote. I posted on a casual AMA on Reddit. Ask me anything for anybody, the not famous people, and I said I'm in hospital for a week. Ask me anything to stop me from being bored out of my tree. So that's on Reddit, and I think I described the nurse. This is the attempt to get in, or maybe I told it to my mother or my wife. I don't know. My wife probably. They had to change it. The nurse, I think, who tried to put it in the IV the second time, I think she's pretty new. She couldn't get it. She was digging around for it and missed, and had to go to a different spot, and the other nurse did it, thankfully. And I think I've got a really good bruise developing under the bandage in the first place they tried to stick me. So, well, nurse is here. I gotta go. Okay, wasn't a nurse, just a lady bringing me some more tea. Although I just had 500 cc's before I started drinking this disgusting, absolute disgusting, evil sports drink shit. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to have more tea or not. I would sure like to wash my mouth out though. I guess that's all I really have to say for now. Either the video ends here, or... Oh, there was actually one. The difference between Monday's camera and today's is that, well, Monday they were only going part way, and my intestines or my colon was already agitated, so it really hurt. I mean, it wasn't just uncomfortable. The first time I had a camera go up, the first two times, one was part way, one was all the way, second time was all the way. It was extremely uncomfortable, but I wouldn't say painful. But Monday was extremely painful. So apparently I have the option, and I'm taking it. I want them to knock me out. I do not want to be awake for this. And thankfully they can do that. This is good. You know that accidents do happen under anesthesia and people do die. Well, if you're seeing this, I'm alive, because I'm not posting it until after. Totally pun intended. Holy shit, I have forgotten just how fast this shit runs right through you. Ugh. Can I have a tonguectomy? Oh, God. God, it's bad. Well, I find that I'm a lot less shy than I knew I wasn't very shy, but anyway, I'm finished drinking that clean your colon out crap, so to speak, and the nurse said, oh, you should drink about 500 cc's of tea. I'll go grab you some. And I immediately had to run right back into the washroom, and because I got this big IV pole as my constant companion, I can't close the door. So I'm sitting there in the toilet with the door wide open, and the nurse walks in, and she's the one who was embarrassed. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fine. Go ahead. You're bringing the tea. I know you're a nurse. Kind of, I'm figuring you must see this kind of thing all the time. But she was pretty embarrassed about it, and I was fine. So, kampai. It's just tea, though. I keep thinking I'm done talking, but I keep picking up the phone again. So one quick addendum. When the nurse was taking out the IV on this arm, you know how you see the videos, people being real, on TV and movies, people being real badass, just yanking out their own needles? I pulled out my own needle. Not in a badass way though, but the nurse was peeling off the bandage that holds it on little by little by little, and I have actually fairly hairy arms, although it's kind of blonde so you can't really see, and it's pulling at the hairs, and she's saying, oh, you poor guy, I don't want to hurt you. It's like, just get the damn thing off. And I grabbed part of it and peel it up, and she's going little by little. Now I had to take it off, and I ended up pulling up my own needle. So there you go. That's my badass tough man story. Bullshit, huh? I just mean, badass and tough is bullshit. I really did pull the needle out myself. I'm back for my colonoscopy. The full camera all the way up the ass. I mean, I don't know how far they actually go. Do they make it to the bottom of the stomach? I don't know. Because my colonoscopy on Monday hurt so incredibly much, I told them I wanted an injection to sleep, which is one of the options. And right now there are two possibilities. One, the injection doesn't actually make me sleep, but somehow screws my short-term memory to long-term memory conversion process, and after a little while resting here, I won't remember it. As it stands, I remember the entire thing start to finish. The only thing it made me was lightheaded, feeling slightly drunk. I currently remember everything. The pain, surprisingly, the pain was not as bad as on Monday, even though they went deeper, but they were in there a lot longer, so it was very uncomfortable. I think they actually blew less air. They inflated me less. I think I burped once. But yeah, I've come back to the room. I knew I was doing my colonoscopy, so I didn't change earlier this morning. Just figuring that those clothes would get dirty. I'd change when I got back. Had my other towel bath, whatever. So it's going to be interesting to see that. I mean, right now I'm very tired. They've made my bed and given me a slightly soft futon to put on top of the mattress. Hopefully that will make it a little bit softer. Yeah, I know I'm talking slower and leaving pauses in. I almost said slonger instead of slower. Meaning longer and slower together. That's the drugs, medicine, whatever. So someone asked if I have a window. Yeah, there's my window. See, there's Yume across the road and a bunch of other stuff. I'll show it to you better tomorrow maybe. I'm just too dopey right now. I really expected I expected and wanted to be fully asleep. I did not want to experience any of that camera up my butt again. So in some ways I'm kind of hoping that I'm going to lie down now, have a nap, wake up and not remember any of it. Because then it's going to be fun to go back and watch this video and hear just about the whole thing. I mean, I think they were there a long time vacuuming me out, I don't think I got totally cleaned out by all the stuff I drank that was supposed to clean me out. So, whatever. I think they got the pictures they needed. Hopefully they can find out why I'm sick. I'm going to lie down for a while now. I don't think I'll bother watching any of the shows I've been watching, because if I am going to forget anything while I've got these drugs in my system, I just have to watch them again. Ooh, I'm still hungry. First I wanted a cookie, then I really wanted pizza. Still want both. Now I want a donut. Not a light fluffy donut. I want a heavy donut that's really got stuff going on there. That's nice and dense. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put this down and then maybe pick it up later after the dopey making drugs have worn off. P.S. Futon or something on bed. Much softer now. Probably still not as soft as my mattress at home, which I would much rather be sleeping on right now, but much better than the way sleeping on the really hard mattress gave me a sore back. I'd love some pain pills for the back just because it hurts. Also, hopefully that would make my stomach hurt a little bit less too. It's been about 2.5 hours since I got back and made my dopey video message I made there. Just watched them again just to see how much I remembered or didn't remember. I didn't really forget anything. So the drugs did not work as advertised. Rather disappointed, actually. I wanted to sleep through that whole colonoscopy. They took the edge off, I guess. They did dull. They must have dulled the pain enough. Because I was expecting total blank. I was expecting to have an absolute blank slate that, like, just remembering up to where they gave me an injection or something and then nothing. And that is just not the case at all. Kind of disappointed, actually. I wanted a space in my memory. I just didn't want to have to actually experience that much camera penetration. Oh, excuse me. It's definitely the drug's fault, this level of sleepiness. I never have a 2-hour nap, 2.5 hour in the afternoon. I mean, it wasn't a solid 2.5 hours of sleep. It was broke up into 2 parts, and I'm pretty sure I was using my CPAP for the first half, and then for some reason, after getting up and going to the washroom and coming and lying back down, I didn't for the second half. I probably would feel a little bit better if I had used it, I'm guessing. Okay, well, there's nothing else to say about today because I don't know any results for any of the tests that have happened, and I probably won't until tomorrow or days after. I have no idea. So it's just time for me to edit this together and stick it up on the net. I'm gonna do that lying down. It's nice to have the Oh, did I say I finally got my computer table? Or not computer table, the hospital table. They finally brought me one today. So I got the computer up on there, and I was doing some drawing earlier. That was nice. I had 2 things going. I wasn't using my computer then. Usually I like to turn on something in the background before it was Star Trek Deep Space Nine, but I finished Deep Space Nine. Now, is it just me, or was that ending kind of disappointing? It was the ending was a little anticlimactic. Anyway, instead of that, lately I've been watching like Star Trek Next Generation while I draw. But today I used my 1x1 speaker and streamed from Amazon Prime Music. And I was actually listening to Rod Stewart, because when I was a teenager, I actually liked, and still like, but I started liking Rod Stewart as a teenager. I think around the time Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves came out, and Rod Stewart, Sting, and Bryan Adams all sang that one song together, All for Love, I think, yeah. And I was not a typical teenager, and I kind of prided myself in not being a typical teenager. So Rod Stewart wasn't something that most people listened to, so I did, and I bought all the old albums I could find. I bought all these stock audio tapes that the guy at the store hadn't been able to sell for years, I guess, and so he gave me a really good discount on them. So yeah, I like being different. I was not a hipster, so it was a lot of fun today. I was drawing, listening, and singing along with it. I have my own little karaoke booth going in here. Other than that, yeah, I don't think anything else is going to happen today, so I'm done. Everyone have a good day. I hope I have a good night. And now that the bed's a little softer, I'll have a slightly better night, I think. I'm still very sleepy. Thanks for those people who have already sent in questions on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. My brain is still slow. I'm going to let it rest now.